Today, we're going to unpack a really powerful story of transformation. It's about how a peaceful spiritual movement, when faced with the power of an empire, was forged into something new, a community of saint soldiers. This is the story of the century-long conflict between the Sikhs and the Mughals, a clash that would absolutely change the face of India forever.
And to really get a handle on just how dramatic this transformation was, just look at this. The story starts out with a friendly, even mutually respectful relationship, but it ends in a bitter, all-out conflict. So how does something change so completely? That's really the heart of what we're talking about today.
So, that brings us to the big question, right? Why? What on earth could happen to cause such a total 180? Well, that is exactly what we are about to break down.
That peaceful coexistence? It didn't just fade away, it shattered. And it all goes back to a single event that became a point of no return for the Sikh community: the martyrdom of their guru.
The year was 1606. The Mughal Emperor Jahangir ordered the arrest and execution of the fifth Sikh guru, Guru Arjan Dev. Now, this wasn't just some political move. This was seen as a direct attack on the spiritual heart of the Sikh faith. And just like that, the era of peace was over. The response to this was going to be immediate, and it was going to be strategic.
So in response to this crisis, the Sikhs didn't just mourn, they organized. And this led to a pretty revolutionary new idea called Miri Piri, which was designed to bring together spiritual authority and worldly power.
This concept was introduced by the sixth guru, Guru Hargobind. Let's break it down. You have Piri, that's spiritual authority. And then you have Miri, that's worldly or political power. The big idea here was that these two things were no longer separate. To survive, the faith now had to be defended with worldly strength.
And this wasn't just some theory they talked about. Guru Hargobind put Miri Piri into action. He started to militarize the Sikhs. He established the Akal Takht, which is the seat of worldly authority, right across from the spiritual Golden Temple. And it worked. By 1634, he was actually leading successful battles against Mughal forces, proving that this new path had some serious teeth. But this is where the conflict starts to get even deeper. It evolved beyond just self-defense. It became a principled stand, not only for the Sikh faith, but for the very idea of religious freedom for everyone. Okay, so under the rule of Emperor Aurangzeb, who is known for his very strict religious policies, things got intense. A group of Kashmiri Pandits who were facing forced conversion went to the ninth guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur, and begged for his help. And he didn't turn them away. He championed their cause, traveled all the way to Delhi to confront the emperor. For this act, for defending another community's right to their faith, he was publicly executed. This was a sacrifice for a universal principle. That ultimate sacrifice, it led directly to the next major evolution. The response was to create a formal institution, a whole new identity, to really solidify the Sikh commitment to fighting injustice. And this was the founding of the Khalsa.
Okay, this is a year you really need to remember: 1699. This is the moment where everything pivots. Responding to his own father's martyrdom, the 10th guru, Guru Gobind Singh, takes a radical step to formalize this saint soldier identity once and for all.
So what is the Khalsa? Well, Guru Gobind Singh established it as a formal order of initiated Sikhs. Think of them as a brotherhood, bound by a shared identity and a strict code, all committed to defending righteousness, or dharma, and fighting oppression wherever they saw it. This was Miri Piri made real, an institution of saint soldiers. And the spirit of the Khalsa was tested almost immediately. At the Battle of Chamkar in 1704, the odds were just unbelievable. You had about 46 warriors facing a Mughal army of hundreds of thousands. The bravery they showed was legendary, but it came at a terrible cost, including the martyrdom of the Guru's two older sons. The cost of this struggle was just immense, and for Guru Gobind Singh, it was devastatingly personal. His two youngest sons, who were only 7 and 9 years old, were captured. When they refused to convert to Islam, the local governor, Wazir Khan, ordered them to be bricked alive. This act of martyrdom is one of the most powerful and heartbreaking stories in Sikh history. Now, you might think that after the time of the Gurus, this fire they had lit might have gone out, but that's not what happened at all. The newly forged identity of the Khalsa made sure that the struggle would continue, and their legacy would be cemented right in the heart of Punjab. After Guru Gobind Singh's passing, he appointed a warrior named Banda Singh Bahadur to carry on the fight. And boy, did he.
Banda Singh led this huge uprising. He even captured the city of Sirhind, the same place where the young princes were martyred, and he made the first real attempt to establish a Sikh state. And even though he was eventually captured and executed, he proved that the Khalsa was a force you had to take seriously.
So when you pull back and look at the big picture, the legacy of this whole conflict is just huge. It absolutely forged a distinct Sikh identity, one that balances deep spiritual devotion with a readiness to fight for what's right. It became a symbol for the struggle for religious freedom against tyranny. And of course, the sacrifices of the gurus have been an inspiration ever since. All of this really is what paved the way for the rise of the great Sikh empire.
At the end of the day, the Sikh-Mughal conflict is this powerful reminder that identity isn't always something you just inherit. A lot of the time, it's forged in the fire of adversity. And that really leaves us with a question to think about. How does sacrifice and struggle shape the identities and the world that we see all around us today?